Show. Welcome, everybody. This is Whiteboard Wednesday on March 13th. We have just come back from the Republic holiday, our first ever holiday for a whole week. And here on Whiteboard Wednesdays, where we talk about business, marketing topics, and give you, again, bite-sized chunks on what you can apply in your businesses, in your ideas for this week. And I want to start off this. Whiteboard Wednesday with a few acknowledgments. Okay, and one of the things that I have set up is since the time that we talked about that we want to make sure that we're acknowledging people in order to build our people system. I've scheduled it in my calendar. Every week, I get a notification on Friday saying that, hey, you need to acknowledge somebody or something, right? So I always try to find something that I have done. And this past Friday, I actually was in a meeting and the pop-up came up. I was in a meeting. It went on for 3 hours and then I overlooked it. I did not get back to it. And I remembered that. So I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge a few people inside of the Republic. So it is being recorded. So everybody who gets to view it gets that as well. So first of all, I want to acknowledge Julie. Julie is an absolute superstar that I just got to know about a couple of months ago. And about a week or two later, she was in the community. From our chats, I never spoke to her and made it happen. So why I'm acknowledging Julie is because Julie is kind of one of those people for me. She recommended, based on my lifestyle and everything like that, she recommended this little product to me. It's to help me with my, I don't know, Julie, sorry if I butcher this, but adaptogens and, something to do with mitigating stress and all that fun stuff. So I'm like, I am operating on hyperdrive and all of that. So I'm on the go. I'd love to try it. Sure. If it makes a difference, great. Go nuts. So she checked up on me. And she was just like, how are you doing? I know you were traveling and everything like that. How is that working out? Is it working out? Are you noticing any difference? And I love that. And I think I love that because as we as entrepreneurs, if we sell a product to a customer or if we're positioning something for them, it is our duty to make sure that it is delivering upon whatever the promise was or whatever the transformation was. And reconnecting with our customers is absolutely great. And I had a great conversation with her, our first ever conversation. And she gave me some insights and everything like that based on her experience and all of that stuff. And I totally appreciate that about you, Julie. And I requested her, I said, I am probably not going to be proactive in reconnecting with her on this matter. So I would love for her to continue to stay in touch with me. So this way, I've given her a green flag that she doesn't feel awkward to keep connecting with me as well at the same time. So make sure you do that. So that's one. The other person I want to acknowledge is Nasira. Nasira is dealing with a lot of big stuff in her life right now. There's been family, one of the relatives have been diagnosed with a serious illness. There's like some financial stuff that she's dealing with as far as the business is concerned and all of that stuff. And it's really causing a lot of strain on her. And the thing that I'm acknowledging her for is that she's still in contact with me. And she's still in contact. We're still having our regular, touch base on Saturdays that I have been doing even before this community we launched. And kudos to that, because she realizes the importance in staying connected with the community and with her coaches, with her mentors around. Because a lot of times it's easy to just make excuses and simply fall off the bandwagon and say, oh, you know what, my life is just a turmoil right now. I can't do this. And she's like, I realize I have a lot of attention to pay at this stuff over here, but at the same time, I don't want to lose it in touch. She feels like her momentum is kind of reduced and all of that stuff. So my message to Nasira is just simply this, that listen, momentum will be lost. You can't stay in momentum all the time. It just doesn't happen. And when it does lose, it's okay. Know that it's normal for all human beings or all entrepreneurs to lose momentum. But then you just got to learn to pick it back up. It constantly happens with me and Andrea. We've seen it happen as well in our lives. And if it hasn't happened with you, it will happen. So look forward to that. And so again, Nasira, kudos to you in staying in touch. And we're sending good vibes to you, and prayers and hearts from Andrea. There you go. Third person I want to acknowledge. Third? Was that third? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Third person I want to acknowledge is, of course, wonderful Angela over here. Angela has been absolutely very consistent, and we made an agreement. With her on helping her with her book. And we were fortunate to tie it into the community, and we've been providing some great sessions of Coffee with Angela for you. Coffee with Angela sessions are so enlightening for me because I get to learn. Although all these concepts I know of, but every single time I chat with her on Coffee with Angela, I make notes and put it in my calendar to apply. All of her things. Like, without my calendar, I don't function. So if I don't write it down, I ain't doing it. Now, the biggest thing that I want to acknowledge her for is she demanded accountability, a next level of accountability. She's like, Raza, you know what? I know I need to get this thing done, but I need another level of accountability. And I said, well, there's nobody better than Andrea for you then. Then we set that up. The thing is that you'll only demand that level of accountability when the thing that you're doing is worth it for you in your own self, that you value yourself, that you value the work that you're doing, and you realize that you have your own limitations, like we all do. We don't need to be superhuman beings for us to be able to accomplish stuff. I need people around me. I mean, I need Andrea around me. Andrea needs me around me. Need me around her. I need you guys around for me to play my biggest game. I can't let the down times in my life take me down. You know why? Because you guys are always there. So a lot of times, and that's why I encourage you guys to get to the point where you're living your life, or your business is not just about you, it's about the people that you serve. Because you're going to learn to stand for people when you don't stand for yourself. You're going to learn that it is going to call out inside, because if you're by yourself, there are going to be so many opportunities for you to give up, and for you to stand for others gives you that next level of accountability as well, for you to continue to do what it is that you need to do. And again, Angela, I acknowledge you for asking for that accountability. It's not easy to do that, and rest assured, Andrea will have some serious consequences for you.
I want to acknowledge her too for her first day of doing what she said she was going to do. So
yeah,
yay, Angela! Yay. We started on this hyper accountability process, and it's going good. Day one went awesome. Yes,
Day one, and that's awesome.
And can I acknowledge you guys for just being so supportive and so?
No, you can't. You stop.
Well, too bad. You're being acknowledged.
Go ahead.
Raza, just for always being available and just being so helpful. And Andrea, it was so great. It was such a great conversation that we had yesterday, and I love what we put in place. So it's keeping me. Actually, it was funny. I told my husband about it. He's like, "Oh, that's great. Hey, she's on the ball." I'm like, "I know. That's why I'm speaking to them. They're so helpful." So thank you, both of you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Andrea's a superstar. There's nobody better that I even work with. I mean, she's my accountability, and helping me stay structured. I tried so many calendar systems, and they keep breaking down, and all of that stuff. Because I'm like you guys as well. Like, I mean, not every system works for me, but I have to continue to keep moving forward to figure out what it is that's going to work for me. And she's been my guide. But there's one guy that I need to compete with for her time, and that's her little boy. So I've asked for a meeting with her little boy Alex to see if we can negotiate something, because it just so happens he wants her at the same time that I want her. So all right, number 4 acknowledgement, of course, goes to none other than Marit. Marit has been a force to reckon with, and you know what? Just inch by inch, she's moving forward. This is one lady. You know what? As a matter of fact, I realize, Andrea, you might not know this, but Marit was the first one to come into the Republic. I didn't even know, and she was in, because most of the people I had a conversation with, Marit was somebody I said, hey, check it out. This is something that I'm starting and everything like that. And lo and behold, I know she's in there. I didn't even know about it, and I found it out. So she's our first ever citizen to join the Republic. And to me, even knowing Marit from before, I was just I just had an appointment with my nutritionist, and I said to her, I said, yes, I'm thinking a lot. I'm working on hyperdrive and everything like that. And I said, I'm obsessed with people that I am working with. I'm figuring out ways to help them out. I'm figuring out ways on how they can create wins in their life. To me, I have nothing else to think about other than that. That's all I'm thinking about all the time. Because it's important for me that they're not just here for the sake of being here. I don't want people here just for the sake of being here. Andrea knows already. I've had conversations with her. I'm like, listen, I think we need to kick this person out because they're not doing anything, and all of that stuff. Is because I want to make sure that I create a community of people who are not just here to learn, but they're also contributing. And one of the contributions that you do make is by you taking action on the things that you want to do. Because as you do it, you lay a path of inspiration for other people that are looking at you. That's what community is really all about. This is why I'm as much as it is small right now, and I would love to have the growth and everything like that, I'm so thing about it is like, yeah, we can grow, but I don't want to grow so fast that I can't stay in touch with people and I can't know who they are and all of that stuff. So Marit, congratulations to you on keeping consistent with your videos. Although it might not look like a big deal to you, but doing 3 videos in 3 weeks, 3 times in a row, that in itself is progress for you. And this will build muscle to do other new things consistently. Remember, it's not what you do once in a while that makes a difference. It's what you do consistently over time that helps you transform. You are rewiring your DNA, and we as a community stand for that. So absolutely awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Rasa. And I didn't know I was the first citizen. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And it's true what you say. I feel that I'm being pushed forward, and I just love it because I have been struggling for a long time,
I hear you.
And doing videos has been something that I didn't know if I ever could dare to do it. But
yeah. And here you are. You are.
Once a week.
Maybe
it's more.
Who knows? You know what? The thing is that we just said that we're going to start with once a week. And once you've established that habit for 3-4 weeks, then maybe you'll do twice per week, right?
Yeah, right.
It all depends. You're starting to get a structure. You're starting to get you've got the tools. The
Yes.
Big View app is helping you and all of that stuff. And that's what it's all about. It's not that you can't do it. You have the ability to do it. It's just you need a bit of a structure, some acknowledgement, some encouragement. And I want you guys to understand this, that being inside of this community, you have all of the learning that you need to do in order to help the people that you are going to help. You need to know that they are also experiencing down times in their life. They are also lacking accountability. They're also lacking a lot of structure. It's not that there's something wrong with them. It's just they need some support and they need a guide. That is who you are for them. And slowly and steady, you're going to encourage them. Take on that role of being a guide for these people. Because, listen, people are looking to be led. They're looking for good leaders who have their best interest at heart. They're looking for those to come out and make it happen. So good stuff. I think that's all I got for today. And again, I always say this, that one of the things that I always say is that you have to engage. You can't you won't get anything from the community if you don't engage. That's the least amount of thing that you can do. And of course, Catherine, I know she's had, she was on vacation, and then there were things happening. It's so hard to build up momentum again. One of the things that I would give you guys all a piece of advice is start putting tiny things in your day-to-day or weekly schedule to stay connected with some aspect of it, so that your momentum doesn't just completely crash. You're still engaged in some sort of activity. Maybe it is, just coming and listening to Mindset Mondays. I got to tell you a secret. Andrea is totally addicted to Mindset Mondays. She's like, Raza, I think I just got everything over here. I can binge on it all the time, right? So she doesn't have TV in her house. I don't have TV in my house. Like, we don't watch TV. I love watching movies. We stream it whenever we need it, but we don't have TVs. So to us, like, our motivation, our binging happens on motivational videos and all of that stuff. So we just keep watching each other's videos. So that's our life. But attach something in your day-to-day calendar that keeps you connected with the community, with the thing that you're doing. If, let's just say that you're writing a book, for example, instead of just leaving it completely out of your day, maybe have one chapter that you're focusing on, thinking about. Not all of the chapters, but one chapter that you're thinking about. You may not be writing it every day, but maybe it's just one chapter that you're saying. It's like you constantly keep it in your hand. You're reading a book, but read it with the intention that you're looking to gain some learning to put it inside of your book. Maybe you're looking at Facebook or quotes or something like that. You're looking to capture some quotes that will go inside of that chapter. Maybe you intentionally look for others who have talked about that particular topic. You're looking to gain some insight, but keep in that mode of not necessarily doing everything, but doing something in very tiny chunks that keeps you connected to the projects that are important to you. I'm noticing way too many people around the world who've taken on either building their speaking business or writing their books or some aspect of it. And they're so much focused on writing and building their content and speeches and everything like that they're not making any money. And I want to get you in that mode of where you start having conversations with clients, where you, without having a website, without having a book completed, without having all of that stuff, it is possible for you to start generating clients. It has been done here in this community already. Right? I may, once Nasira gets back with her stuff, I'll interview her and share with you what she did when she generated her first ever $2,500 client. That was her first ever $2,500 client. What happened? How did she go from being totally confused about her business? Her book wasn't even out yet. Her book, I think, is coming out in like a month or 2 months. And how did she go to creating a model, testing the idea, and actually generating her first sale and then delivering upon that? Because that first sale is really important for you, because I want you to experience that. It's addictive when somebody that you have positioned an opportunity for, they take you up on that opportunity and you cause a transformation for them. It is unlike anything that you will ever experience. It's so addictive, and I want each and every one of you to experience that. I've just come back from a 10-day trip to LA, Vegas, and San Diego. I did a Facebook Live, so part of it you already know. But the one thing I did is I had conversations with a lot of the change makers over there in those cities. And I shared with them what we were doing inside of the community and everything like that. And one guy goes to me, he's like, Raza, I charge $5,000 for this kind of thing that you're doing. You're making me look bad. I'm like, good. Well, I thought about it first, but why I'm sharing that with you, because I need you to know that the level of training and insights and coaching that Andrea and I are trying to put together for you, this is a really high ticket item that is already being positioned out there, and people are paying good amount of money for it. And my only message to you all is to engage in it, because I cannot help you if you don't engage. This is not quite frankly, you're welcome to send me a message. I am not going to be hurt or anything like that if you say, you know what, I'm not engaging and this is not for me. I'm probably going to agree with you on that. I don't need hours of your time right now. As you're building up, you just need portion of your time dedicated. Start with 15 minutes. Later on, increase it to 30 minutes in a day, or in every 3 days or something like that. We can all find that kind of time if and only if what we are doing makes sense to us. If it is completely in a confusion, you're probably not going to take any action. Then let's clarify for you. For those of you who are in my free group on Facebook, what is it called? Oh, yes, Revenue Generators. I just posted a video today of a lady in Vegas. Her name is Amy. And I gave her 30 minutes of coaching. 30 minutes. That's it. She asked me a question. I said, if you're open to it, I can give you a perspective. But if you're not going to apply it, you don't need to waste your time or my time. She's like, no, Raza, I'm confused about this stuff and everything. She was doing multiple different things and everything. And then I gave her a perspective, gave her a strategy, and then she just ran with it within the next 2 hours. So next 2 hours, she spends solely just applying the 30 minutes conversation that I've had. The byproduct of that was she was extremely excited where she's going. Everything that she's doing all of a sudden made sense to her, and she's excited about how she's moving forward, and she's going to monetize that. Why? Not because I'm special, only because I gave her a bit of clarity around how she could align everything. Clarity is extremely important. As a matter of fact, I think, Andrea, your first book was going, or not the first book, one of your books was going to be Clarity, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
So you want to get clarity around what it is that you truly want your book to do, your speeches to do, your coaching to do, your consulting, whatever it is, whether you're in real estate or financial planning, it doesn't matter what it is. As long as you are clear what it is that you want it to do for you, then everything else makes sense. Otherwise, everything that I say is just, yeah, that sounds great, but I don't know how I apply it to myself. And if you're unclear, listen, right now is your opportunity. We are small. We're a mighty group, but we are a tiny group right now. We have an opportunity between Andrea and I to work with you. Use it. Leverage it. Because eventually, who knows, as we grow, and we are going to grow, that whether this kind of opportunity would be available for you or not. And I don't want you to feel bad about it, because quite frankly, it's again, if my understanding of startup entrepreneurs is right, this thing is, Andrea and I, we've talked about it many times. Most entrepreneurs start thinking about is like, maybe there's something wrong with them. Like they don't know what they're doing. It's not that. I would be in the same boat if I didn't have clarity. I need mentors and coaches around me to clear me all the time. Almost every single month, I need clarity around what I'm doing. Every single month. And it's not because there's something wrong with me. It's just because as an entrepreneur, I'm dealing with so much stuff. I can't think straight all the time. That's why I need, sometimes, like, Andrea, I need to speak to you. It's like, we need a perspective on this. Sometimes it's not even speaking. It's just on text message. I'm like, oh, that's it. Thank you so much. Right. All of a sudden, everything is lightened. My knots are untied and all of that stuff. Sometimes it's just a chat text back and forth. Right. Oh, hey, Nasir.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Steven.
You can't see me, but you
I know.
can talk to me.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes. Oh, there's Steven. What's up?
I'm in the car.
That's all right, buddy. Stay in the car. Drive. Keep your eyes on the road. So good to have you here.
Drive safe.
I was, Steven,
Thank you.
earlier I was saying, because I was saying good day to everybody, I said, hello, ladies. I guess there are no guys. So you weren't there at that time, were you?
No, he wasn't. He didn't
Okay,
get
no problem. No problem. Well, you keep driving, man. You keep driving. Steven is another guy, man. It's like I had a chance to meet him a couple of years ago, and just him and I absolutely clicked. And, you know, sometimes you click with people just because you have the same mindset and same values, right? And him and I, we've clicked. I want to see him again. He lives in Ireland. I mean, who wants to go to Ireland, right? I do. That's right. That's right. We all want to go. You know, let's
with this weather, you don't.
What's that?
Not with this weather, you don't.
Oh, really? I don't? Okay, there you go. There you go. Well,
don't worry. Everybody wants to come to Greece.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
My home is open.
We should have a retreat in Greece, you know.
Yes, I agree. I'm the first to vote for it.
That's it. Maybe our first official Republic Live event will be in Greece. Who knows? Then maybe I can have a chat, in-person chat with Alex too.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. So, where was I? Okay. So that's where we were. And I just wanted to, and I wanted to give you guys a bit of, you know, a bit of a push. I wanted to give you encouragement. I didn't turn on my whiteboard. You know, there's something I wanted to talk to you about, but that can rest. But this is very important because as we come back from a break, I want to know, how was this break good for you? You know, first of all, was it needed? Was it too long? Was it too short? You know, all of that stuff. I'd love to hear from you about it. Like, or do you have any perspective? You know, let's just, Angela, what about you? What do you think? Like, was the break beneficial for you, or was it too long that you kind of lost touch or anything? Like, give me an insight.
Yeah, no, the break was actually very beneficial because I had fallen behind, so it gave me some time to catch up. It definitely was not too long. At hospital work, I've been dealing with some really heavy cases lately, so it was actually kind of, it gave me a chance to deal with that. And in fact, I might have even needed a little bit longer to fully catch up. So for me, I appreciated it.
Good. Awesome. Nasira, I know you're not well.
Yeah, I'm not feeling well, but I needed the week. I think I'm not, as I said, I've lost momentum, but it's been life issues. So I'm just sort of coasting, not really doing much, but just catching up. On
I put a special message for you and other people inside of your post, I believe. I think it was under Andrea's accountability post. Make sure you read that and make sure you deal with yourself with some compassion and discipline and focus, because we all experience these tough times as we go through. At that time, we really need to take care of ourselves. But when you hear the recording, I already acknowledged you at the beginning, so you can watch something for you to review the recording for.
If you allow me to just
go
say
ahead.
about, I'm sorry, we're talking about going off course and life getting in the way and us losing momentum. I just like to put something out there for just everybody to consider whenever you feel there, whenever you are there. Okay, so you're off track for whatever reason. First thing, I guarantee the first thought you will have will be, I'll wait until I get something done and then I'll engage in the Republic, saying that I've done whatever that was. Don't do that. That's not a good thought to engage. It's fine if you just keep going. Just comment on something. Say, I'm not feeling well today, or I have not done something. It's okay if you're not always in the mode of accomplishing, in the mode of getting things done. It's okay if, life gets in the way. And I'll give you a perfect example of, Raza spoke earlier about my son, Alex. So now he's 1 year and 1 month, and to the point where he's trying to walk. And we always give this example. Now, obviously, I'm now going through it, so I see it every single day. So he tries to walk. He stands up. He wants to do it by himself. He does 2 steps, and then he falls. Or he does 4 or 5 steps, and he reaches from his dad to me, or from me to his dad. No matter the outcome, we always applaud him. So somewhere along the way, I'm thinking there was no more applauding for when we were falling. And we got to this idea that if we're not succeeding, it's wrong. So we shouldn't talk about it. We should, just shut up and do it again and again and again until it works. But now this accumulates a lot of frustration. And it's going to take some time until you actually do it. And by that time, who knows what's happening in the community because you haven't been engaging. So my advice to you is don't listen to the tiny little voice that says, I won't do this now. I'll do it when I get something done. Just do it now. And whatever you're working on that day, just say it. Even a very good moment when you can do that is under my accountability posts. So don't wait to get it done and then do a comment. Just comment whatever it is, whatever your thoughts are, just put it there. That enough will help you stay connected. And so it's going to make it easier for when momentum is back up, it's going to make it easier for you to engage more and more. So these were my 2 cents.
Absolutely. Totally agree, Andrea. That was good stuff. And yeah, I think you're right that at some point in our life, we stopped getting those acknowledgments, even when we were falling and we were getting up. It's like, what happened? And we as human beings, I think we are a product of acknowledgments. It feels good to be acknowledged. It feels good to acknowledge as well. And that's why we had a dedicated Mindset Monday on it, because it is not just a theory thing. It is something that we want to be doing at all times as well. Right. So good stuff. All right. Marit, was the week off good for you? Not good for you? Too long? What are your thoughts? You need to unmute yourself. Today.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had to unmute myself.
There you go.
Well, I think it was good because I had to catch up with a few things, and I got really restarted with writing my book. And I think that was the biggest thing for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Congratulations. And is it just me, or her voice is a lot more confident for some reason? Is it just like, I'm hearing that in her voice. It's just like, boom.
See what 3 videos in a row are doing?
I'm telling you that you just simply doing the thing that you want to do, and even if you do it in small steps, because somebody might come up over here, it's like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Like, I can make a 5-minute video. Yeah, but that's not that person's transformation. That person's transformation may be to do 1 video every single day for the next 5 days, and that might be big for them. Right? Never compare your chapter 1 to other people's chapter 5 or 6, right? So you always got to know what it is that you need to do. And I assure you that every single time you do the thing, even if it's tiniest thing, and you have that victory inside of your head, you're going to notice an inch up in your confidence. That's where confidence lies, in you accomplishing even the tiniest thing. Once you accumulate that, you become more confident. So good work, Mark.
Yeah, that's true. But you see, I remember the first time at 5 o'clock in the morning, I asked a question, and I didn't know if I should dare to ask a question. And and thinking of that it's very different.
Yeah.
I can, and I was listening to the video when I played it again, the one I made today, that my voice is slightly different than the first one.
I am looking forward to this video.
Yeah, well, it's so it feels very good to be able to express myself and to well, as you say, take small steps, because
Exactly.
it helps.
And the thing that you want to understand, Marit, and everybody else as well, is that at the beginning, when you're making videos or when you're creating audios or when you're creating content, it's not about what people are going to think about it, because quite frankly, not everybody is going to see it, right?
Yeah.
And even when you start consistently doing that, you're going to notice that you're going to start finding your voice, meaning how is it that you want to talk about things. Like, you have to do that a few times before you actually find out yourself. It's like, I remember Nasira saying to me when I was talking to her about making videos a long time ago, it's like, oh, Raza, you can make this video. Yeah, but Raza's been doing this for years now, right? That's
Yes.
why I can, I generally try to take video in one take. It's like, you know what, go, right? And but it's simply a byproduct of me doing it over time, because there were times that I would be running around with my phone. I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? Right? And that's generally at the beginning, when you're starting out, you don't know exactly what you want to say. You don't know how you want to say it. And all that. So my recommendation is just put your phone on, just try it, just go record it. Talk about something tiny. Talk about a mug and having a quote on it. It's like, hey, you know what? I was drinking my tea today and I got reminded of this word, encouragement. What does encouragement mean? And just talk about it for 2 minutes, right? And then you're done. Right? Even these tiny little things will help you build your confidence over time. Again, I want to remind you, it's not what you do once in a while that makes a difference. It's what you do consistently over time, right? If Mara did one video and it was like 3 months ago, that's not going to make a difference. Right now, she's building momentum towards doing it more and more and more. We don't know how it's going to play out in her overall business plan, but she's doing it. And that's awesome. Good work.
Marit, one piece
Yeah.
of advice for you as you're doing more and more, and this was sparked by Raza saying, I was looking at my phone and not really knowing what I'm going to talk about. So you may end up in this topic crisis, so to say. So to avoid that, there's this little thing that has helped me a lot when I needed to write consistently blogs, which I have for about 4 years and never missed other than holidays. So the best thing to do is just keep a list with ideas. It can be, for me, it was Evernote. And I knew I had a note in Evernote opened up, but you can use notes. You can make it on your phone. You can make it however plays out for you. And make it that every day you write something in there. Yeah. This will, it just takes 6 consecutive times of you doing something to kick on a habit, whether it's good or bad. So it's just, I know there's the 21-day rule, the 60-day rule, the 90-day rule. It just takes 6 times where you need willpower to get things done, and then it will go on by itself. So try for 6 days in a row to find one thing that you would talk about in a new video. Yeah. And then you'll just be very much aware whenever you read something, it's going to pop to your head and you're going to say, oh, I can tie this with my subject. Don't be afraid to make crazy connections. Like, for instance, how is your subject tied to, I don't know,
diaper changing,
or, whatever it is, or with the new Porsche car that just came out of the factory, or with, so always try these new and even, you can call them weird or whatever, it will spark your creativity. And I guarantee that you will come with this awesome, awesome content that nobody's thinking about, right? Because you always have a video with. So let me tell you what I learned from Porsche launching their car today, just out of the blue. Like, imagine Mary talking about the car. It's so much out of the blue, but when you create that connection, people will engage with you, and they will remember you much more. Yeah. And secondly, you're doing so great with your videos, and they make you feel well. So next time you want to build a new habit, you make sure you tie it to these videos, because you're on a very high when you're done with the video. So when you say, for instance, after the videos, you want to finish your book, put it in your calendar that you write something in your book as soon as you finished your video.
Yeah. And
tell me how that went. I guarantee you're going to have a lot of drive to get that written, because you're going to be in the best state ever, which is you're feeling confident and the world is great and there's another day, another video. Just watch and see.
Thank you, Andrea.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that was good,
Andrea.
Andrea.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool. Catherine? Hello.
Oh, yes. The question?
How's it going?
It's going well.
Do you like,
Going
what's the
well.
question?
Yeah, no, it just occurred to me. No,
I
it's just that I was listening to Andrea.
I just wanted to say hello to you and find out, how did I know you were on a long break as well,
Yeah.
but we were off for a week. Did that help you? Did that not make a difference? I know you were you got lots of stuff going on. So just kind of getting
it really, it's kind of scary when you take a break from your day-to-day life, because you get a lot of time to think and come to terms with stuff. And no, it was very good for me. And, I do what you say. Like, I'm always reading books. I've now figured out how to talk to my phone and make it write for me. It's writing the words, so I don't even have to type it anymore. Anyway, so I'm doing a lot of things that way. But the good thing is, I think I have come to the realization, and I'm just having trouble doing it, is I've got to leave what I'm doing to do what I want to do. Because I'm like in two camps right now, between two places. I feel it very strongly. Mm-hmm. And this is finished for me, except for the fact that I'm kind of addicted to the salary. Mm-hmm. But I've got to make the break, because I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And so, it was maybe too much time to think.
Yeah.
But it's important, because I've made the decision.
Yeah.
I just now am working around how I'm going to put it in motion.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's very scary. They should never let you out of your day job, because you realize there's a whole life that you really want to be living. It's very scary.
Well, listen, Catherine, I mean, that is bold.
Yeah.
That is big. And I would encourage you to stay very closely connected with your safe havens. Mm-hmm. And if you want to pass something by, Andrea or myself will be more than happy to do that. I want to make sure that as you come to that conclusion as to how that is going to happen, by then, let's at least be at a point where you know what exactly you're going to be doing. Right?
That is the little stumbling block, because I have a vision.
Yeah.
And it's quite obvious. I'm getting close to retirement age here in any case. So, it was a time, but you're right. It's this idea of, and this is where I'm really going to be leaning more on the Republic. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Is somehow getting the proper things definitely in place.
Yeah.
To follow the vision, because it's one thing to dream, but I've been dreaming for years. You got to do the steps. You got to do the work. Sure. So, yep.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Okay, Andrea, I know you gotta go. Is that Alex guy again?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Bye, guys.
See ya. And Catherine, I'll connect with Andrea. Let you, me, and Andrea connect and help you start putting this vision into action plan. right?
Right.
Let's make that happen and give you some clarity so that you're confident in moving forward with however you see fit for yourself and your life. I think that's
Yeah.
that's the
So
one.
not doing it.
Yeah,
Slightly.
that's the one thing that I would say. You got to have it clear before you take that. Awesome. Good stuff. Big things happening. Big things happening. All right. Very cool. All right. Well, listen. I hope you took away from this session the idea of first of all that we're all in the same boat, right? We're all in the same boat. We're not no one person is better than the other or anything like that. We're all in the same boat. We all have expertise. We all have certain things that we're working on. As much as Catherine is gaining clarity on her next move. I'm gaining clarity on how I want to move forward. Angela's got accountability set up. I got accountability set up, and I need to set up more accountabilities for myself. So we're all doing the same things. We might be doing it at a different level, but we're all doing the same thing. So I don't necessarily want you to ever feel like you are completely lost or there's something wrong and everything like that, because that's the one thing as entrepreneurs, as startup entrepreneurs, we do not want to be feeling, and that is a pity or feeling sorry for ourselves or anything at all like that. That is not an area that I want you to go in. So I want you to keep this recording handy. Okay, download it when I've uploaded it and everything like that, and listen to it whenever you need some inspiration, whenever you need, like, you feel like you need, and by the way, and Andrea and I are very good in kicking people in the behind. Like, we're very straight a lot of times. It depends on where you are in your business. And if we need to use that tool, we will do it. Because we need it sometimes as well. Okay, so have a great day, evening or afternoon, and we're gonna. I've got some good things coming your way, so look out for that as we do that. Make sure you're engaging in Susie's tips on engagement. She always provides great ideas on how to engage inside of the community, because she knows as much as I know, and she's my right arm in making sure that engagement is elevated. So engage with that. Of course, we've got Wellness for Entrepreneurs with Coffee with Angela. They're great tips, but instead of just listening to those, look at how you can apply it in your daily life, and put your calendar in charge of you. You put your calendar in charge of you, and then the calendar is in charge of you, right? Like, that's how you set up the accountability for it. And look to apply every Mindset Monday into your business. It's not about just listening to these things. It's about how you're going to apply. And if sometimes the content gets too much, then you let us know. We're constantly looking for your feedback. And if we receive feedback from multiple different people, they're like, okay, you know what? We need to do something, because overwhelm is not our objective here. Some people, in order to deliver value, the overwhelm is the tool that they use. That's not what it is, right? Over here, I want to give you simple stuff that you can simply continue to apply in your daily personal and professional life, so that you guys can end up with the results. Okay, have a great one, everybody, and we'll see you again on Saturday. Live coaching. Bye-bye.